What's up, family? I'm Juan Castillo, and when I'm on social media, my favorite show to watch. What's up, family? I'm Juan Castillo, and when I'm on social media, my favorite show to watch is the Don't Shoot the Messenger weekly podcast. Chris G, professional Sutton, Rucker Report delivers sports the way it's supposed to be, real and authentic. So get ready to be entertained. My boys are ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
The cameras are on, and zeros are on the clock. Get ready for the realest, most authentic, most entertaining sports podcast there is. You may think you know sports, but they know sports and speak the truth. Here to bring you that truth is your Big Three. Give it up for professional son, Chris G, and the Rucker Report, Jersey. There's nothing to debate when the message is this clear. Welcome to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Ready?
All right. Welcome to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
And I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, the Rucker Report, Jersey.
Before we begin, I definitely want to let everybody know, starting tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can find me on the WYBC radio station. I know a lot of people don't live in Connecticut area that listen, but you can go to www.943wybc.com and check your boy out on a Saturday night dance party. But also, we want to thank our sponsor, 94.3 WYBC.
The rhythm of the city.
Yes. Shouts out to Juan Castillo, my girl Wanda Jean, DJ Platinum, my man Big Earn, everybody at 94.3, man. And it's going to be a dope time. And, can't wait. I can't wait. Speaking of can't wait, I couldn't wait to talk about this topic because it has been a trending one. It has been a hot one. It has been who's right, who's wrong, and just so many opinions about it. Now, I want y'all to, it was it Ime Udoke? How you say it? Okay.
We gonna take it right there.
Okay. All right. Good. Right. Very good. So, Ruck, tell the people what's going on here while I continue to set up here. Let everybody know what's happening. Why is everybody so mad?
Well, I can say that I don't think everybody really knows what's going on. I mean, snippets and everything have been put out, but Ime Udoke, the head coach of the Boston Celtics, has been suspended for the 2022-2023 NBA season for violation of team conduct policies. There have been a number of different reports that have come out saying that he had consensual yet inappropriate relationships with female staff members. I know that there was a couple of hot takes that included Allison Feaster-Strong. She used to be a former WNBA player for 10 years, now serves as a team assistant in terms of player development for the Boston Celtics. They had since taken her name out of it, saying that she was wrongly involved in it. But now it just seems like it's a bunch of different things that are going on before a team to kind of land on the suspension of a head coach, especially a head coach that has just taken their team to the NBA Finals the season before. Is something that is really unprecedented. But the other thing is, I think this has to be connected to the mess that, well, not connected per se, but the mess that's going on in Phoenix with their owner there and the sale of the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury. So, I mean, these are the times, man. These are the times. So, seeing what's going on with Ime, but more importantly, I think everybody wanted to know what's going on with Nia.
Well, again, on my DJ Envy, for the people that don't know what's going on with the Phoenix Suns, can you let everyone know what's going on? Because I know some people listening, like, what do you mean? What's going on with the Phoenix Suns, and how is that connected?
So I believe his name is Steven Starver. He is the owner of the Phoenix Suns and the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury.
Mm-hmm.
He has been accused of making a number of sexist and racist comments
Okay.
to members of the organization there. Players have come out and have not only called for him to resign from his post and give up ownership of the team, but the NBA has kind of levied some fines. They gave him a $10 million fine and some other things, even though that's like lightweight to him. But now he is actively shopping the team, which, you know, he'll find some owners for it and some buyers for it soon, and he'll make that money back. So it really don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Can I
But
interject real quick?
yes, sir.
I just want to say that Bob Iger, former CEO of Disney, and Mr. Amazon himself,
Mr.
have
Bezos.
both, Jeff Bezos, have both put in their hat in the ring that they do want to buy the Phoenix Suns and Mercury. I'll let you continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So there are going to be suitors again because it's a really popular and growing franchise. So they're going to have that. But again, like I said, how it kind of relates to the Boston incident is that the NBA and, you know, just how everything is connected to social media, you're going to have these reactions. So people are going to have to act very swiftly on the part of these franchises to kind of stay in a good light socially. But you know, we're seeing like a lot of these dominoes fall.
Mm-hmm. So there is so much going on, and I think that the times we live in, people want to be PC, and I think people want to stay out of it. So again, Chris and I were talking briefly off air, and it's like, and I'm sure you can agree with this, Ruck. It's so much going on. It's just like we don't know if it's was right, was wrong. It's just so many stories, but I'm just gonna jump right into it now. And I'll let Chris go, and then we can go around a circle. With all the news that's going on, are the Celtics wrong? Do you think that there is some kind of level of racism undertones in it, or do you think that Ime is it, or do you think that he's wrong? What is your take? And we can get there, and I know that the people are probably going to be chiming in as well, but I want to know what's your opinion on this. Chris, I'm gonna start with you.
Well, if you're asking me if I think the Boston Celtics are wrong, yes, I think they're wrong, and I think they're wrong on multiple levels. I don't even know if wrong is the right word to use when describing the Boston Celtics.
Bennett was good.
Maybe
man.
incompetent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Maybe that might fit better. And I don't want to even beat around the bush. Here's what it all boils down to. If he's just and I dislike the media attention this is getting if that is the case. But if that's not the case, because there's a lot of different stories still coming out and speculation of what is and what isn't going on. First it was a consensual relationship, then it was a consensual relationship with the wife of an executive, and then it was, well, that was a consensual relationship, but then he also made unwarranted sexual advances to other women on the staff. Nobody knows what it is.
No.
And with nobody knowing what it is, speculation and sides are being taken.
Yep.
And that, to me, all falls back on the Boston Celtics. Either say what it is, or you should have handled it in-house.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest problem I got with the Boston Celtics right now.
Right.
If it was just a policy that's been broken from him having a relationship with a subordinate, and they felt, because the NBA still hasn't gotten involved, which makes me think this is just a Boston thing, which means this story is only out because Boston wanted it out. Which makes me fall on the line of, what's up? Which makes me fall on the line of, if that is the case, Boston has mishandled this to unprecedented levels. You didn't have to let all this information out. Ime Udoke has been suspended for conduct detrimental. Boom.
Here we
And
go.
you could have left it at that.
Yep.
Conduct detrimental. And everybody would have moved on. They would have speculated of what it was, but they could have kept that under wraps. They could have kept that under wraps. Instead, they give little snippets of things. And then speculation and Twitter and talking pundits start running with a whole bunch of different scenarios, which brings me to, if it wasn't that and it was much, much worse, then why are you being so mum on it? You need to get out in front of it. Ime Udoke sexually assaulted or sexually harassed. Here's the thing. Me, you, and everybody else that's been hearing this story, we didn't have to know. You could have handled this all in-house in a much clearer, much cleaner way. Instead, Boston made it messy.
Yep.
And now Brad Stevens and the owner are coming out doing press conferences, giving half information and half truth and talking about they mad that people are just, throwing out people's names. Well, they're throwing out people's names because you put them in that position.
Yes.
Boston is in a shitstorm that they created. Ime did what he did, no matter what he did. If he just cheated on Nia, then he did what he did there. If it was much, much worse, he did what he did there. Whatever side of the fence Ime falls on when the dust clears, that's on him. Mm-hmm. He made that decision. He's a grown man. There's going to be another press conference later.
Oh yeah.
It's the behavior of Boston, and this is Chris is going to love this. This is a work word. Has been very egregious.
Yeah.
Right. Because here's the thing. Not only what Chris is saying, like nobody knows the real story of what's going on, but what they're leaking and how they're leaking it is the most egregious part. When have you ever seen a scandal like this in a sports franchise where they name a victim in the first 24 hours and then have to retract the name of that victim, right? But then how can you feel the way that you feel when Brad Stevens is holding back tears? So why suspend him and not fire him?
Exactly.
What's going on there? And then here's the other thing that I think what a lot of people are missing. Like one of the main stories that came out this week about Boston was the fact that Robert Williams had to have another surgery on his knee after being wrongly given medical advice by the Boston Celtics medical staff that's going to keep him out 8 to 12 weeks. And remember, this is the same staff that told him he would no longer get any damage on that knee. And if you guys trace that report back, remember Isaiah Thomas, former Boston Celtic great, said, where they do that at? It sounds very familiar to me. So Boston in the last 48 hours has been a hot mess, and it's only going to get worse. You mean to tell me you've outed a coach, you've outed a player, you've outed a woman in the Me Too movement that's in the player development, branch. How do you come back from this? And then you hire the upstart assistant who Brad Stevens loves. For what? Is he a lame duck right now? Like what is Joe Mazzulla to do in this situation? So
I don't know.
Boston is messy.
I don't know. The ineptitude of Boston right now is very, very concerning.
Yeah.
It's very concerning. again, to piggyback on what Ruck was just saying, I don't know which way to land on it because you keep telling half truths and half stories. Either come out directly. Listen, this is what Ime did. Point blank, period, full stop. This is what he did. This is a direct violation of this code of conduct that we followed. It also trickled down to him with some other either sexual misconduct with other people, or the person that he messed with was married to another executive in the franchise, and an example had to be made. You know, it could go either way. But if you come out with a full this, and this is why this, then we know what we are. See, Ime made his statement, and his statement was fine with me. I'm sorry for my actions. I've let down the fans, my family, my players. Due to the people involved in the situation, I will be making no further comments about the situation. I'm fine with Ime saying that. Ime in it. Ime stepped in it heavy. So I'm cool with him saying, I know I messed up. I'm willing to take my pennant, and I'm not going to comment on it. I'm not going to comment on it anymore.
Hey,
I'm cool with that.
Let's also go with this point, right? So here's a great point for me. I don't want this to get lost in translation that this is Boston, right? And one of the big things that were coming out first with this report is that the first alleged victim and it's supposedly somebody's wife that don't look like us. It's Boston. So, of course, it would be something like this. But again, look at the pattern of events. If that was the case and that happens, right, and it's Boston, the quickest way to discredit Ime, not only from retaining his job as the head coach of the Boston Celtics or working in the league, is to put this out. Because you can't tell me it's not plenty of league executives that have had situations like this. You can't tell me that, well, let's do this. Anybody remember the situation with Robert Kraft?
Sure do.
Come on
Remember how long that was in the media?
2 days.
Exactly.
Not very.
Exactly. So
hey, how's that Deshaun Watson thing going?
Yeah, right? So it's an obvious trend. So that's why I want to say, like, we don't know what's going on. And the fact that it is still getting very messy. But again, don't lose the fact that it's Boston. That's
right.
a major staple and pin in this whole thing.
And that's why I think more than Ime, Boston needs to be held the most responsible for this.
Yep.
Because again, if they supposedly, again, and this is because they're not letting everything out, supposedly they've known about this for a while, for a good long while. Like back when they were still playing in the NBA playoffs while.
Yeah, like enough to hire a legal firm to investigate the matter.
So, I mean, again, that makes me speculate, how deep is this? Because to me, if this is just Ime had a relationship with a woman that was on the staff, and you, a superior, is not supposed to be in a relationship with a subordinate, listen, I don't want to say I'm cool with it, but, you know, shit, niggas cheat every day, B. What you want me to say?
Black men don't cheat.
Niggas cheat every day, even on Nia Long. Ask Holly, ask Beyonce, ask them all.
Oh, they're gonna fight.
It happens every day.
They're gonna fight Chris.
Even though.
Hold on.
Black men don't cheat.
What up?
Hold on. What you not gonna do is we not gonna involve the Beehive in this because they come for everybody. So
I know. Listen,
yeah,
but
so
I'm on the Beehive.
Yeah.
I'm on the Beehive side because the Beehive was ready to kill Jay-Z.
Literally.
They was ready to kill Jay-Z. They was ready to kill Becky with the good hair. Okay? I'm just saying it happens every day. It happens to the best of us. And I'm saying that's a problem, but that's also a problem that I don't need to know about if that's the problem. The reason that this feels funny, the reason that this feels fishy, almost similar to the Deshaun Watson thing when we first started talking about it, and we didn't have a good feeling about it, It's because they're not letting all the information out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not going to let all the information out, don't let any information out at all. They're acting like people are. I mean, Ime Udoke's story has been the A-block topic on every sports show since this drop. It's done trended on Twitter, #1 multiple times. Nia Long been trending. The woman that they thought that it was trending. Mika and Stephen A was trending because they was fighting over it. Kendrick Perkins and Malika Andrews was trending because they was fighting over it. Matt Barnes was trending because he was talking about it. I mean, it is the story of stories. And it's a huge story with a bunch of holes in it. It's got nothing but holes in it. So everybody's trying to fill up because Kendrick Perkins made it seem today that he got the inside information. And he's talking about, oh, yeah, it don't just need to be blamed on Ime. That's words out of Big Perk mouth.
Yeah, Perk don't need to say nothing about this, man, because, again, it just only adds the wrong type of speculation to the fire. If you got the scoop, then drop it. I don't see why at ESPN they wouldn't want him to drop that.
I just want to say, he dropped his side of it. He said, I got a good relationship with Brad and the owner and other people in the information. He's like, what I'm saying ain't speculation. He said, what I'm saying ain't, he put a stamp on that today. He put a stamp on that. And the only thing I'm saying is, well, then what the hell is going on there?
Hey, but I will say this too, Chris, and I hope it's not true, but listen, Big Perk, don't hit your career to a wagon that'll burn up. Don't do that.
I agree with you. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because and I think that's what Matt Barnes was alluding to in the post that we were listening to before we got on. Like, that's one of the things that the media is famous for. They'll jump out on the side, and even when they find out that it's wrong, they still won't come back and show any acts of contrition to the people that they hurt.
Of course not.
So, they have to understand, like, again, first of all, this is going to be a thing that is going to put people on two sides of the room anyway, because it's a man versus a woman issue, right? So it's already going to split the room. I think the sad thing that I've seen is that it's us arguing about us. When there are plenty of things that we can point to that are fully at the feet of the organization that nobody's talking about, right? Because how is Ime? Let's just think about this. How is Ime Udoke going to be suspended for a full NBA season? How did they go through the investigation process and find out the things that they found out? But you mean the team president didn't know about this? So Brad Stevens had no inklings of what was going on? And then if he did, it's obvious that he didn't do enough to put a stop to it. So what price does he pay? Oh, it's Brad Stevens. Right.
Well,
got you.
And, that kind of segues me in, and I'm not trying to get off the story yet, but that kind of segues me into, it's funny how this story, which is not fully formed, it's just not. It's not fully formed. Things have happened, suspensions and whatnot, but this story is not fully formed. You know what story that is fully formed? Brett Favre embezzling $5 million with the governor of Mississippi to build his daughter a new volleyball stadium. But
fully formed, with full text messages, with full names, with full of cash amounts. The crazy thing, his daughter don't even play no more there. Like, it's fully formed.
Let me know when y'all ready. Let me know when y'all ready.
Hold on. Fully formed, but somehow, we like Brett. Matter of fact, Copperfit, his sponsor, came out and said, we stand behind Brett.
Yo,
funny.
And here's the thing. That's real funny. Like, and here's the thing, people. Like, Brett is my guy.
Yeah, of course.
But he's wrong. And then how do you not lend any credence to this story when you're talking about a whole class of people have been cheated out of $5 million for a gymnasium?
Let me know when y'all ready.
Upgraded facilities. Let
me know when y'all ready for me to get in.
Just let me say one more thing.
Go ahead.
And Ruck know this too. I just so happen to know somebody from Mississippi that I just met recently. And she told me she ain't never been about Brett. She said that, she said, I know where he's from. I know where he's from, and Jada ain't never been about that. She said that's that town where Brett come from, yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Don't get questioned. Saying, go ahead, Quet.
So
take off, Quet. Take off.
So I was having a conversation with Chris, right? And just bear with me, y'all. And I'm gonna come full forward. Get y'all offering, please.
Take your time.
I just want to say, on one hand, is Ime the blame for some of this? Yes. Okay? He broke company policy. We're not disputing that, right? What I will say is America doesn't like the truth of a white male getting in trouble. I'm going to say it again. America is not comfortable with the white male in any capacity getting in trouble. That's why the kicker for, what team was he on? The Bills.
Buffalo.
That's why it took them so long before someone said something that he did, and it was evidence that he did, for them to say, you know what, we got to let you go, right?
But we still ain't talking about it.
Exactly. That's why Robert Kraft can do what he does. He can go, his wife's not even dead for 2 hours, and he's having women up in his press box. That's why Ed Ogeron can have women come into the field and distracting the team and still get $14 million, because America is okay with that. They'll make excuses with it. Whenever you're black, we got to be 10 times better. 20 times is better than the last time, and 50 times is better than what we think we should be. America doesn't like when white Americans get in trouble because it's not comfortable. You know why it's not comfortable? Because if you're in trouble, guess who that makes look bad? Me, right? The reason why he was suspended for so long, because they're trying to jump ahead of something before they get blamed. But what happens is you end up messing with victims, or like you said, throwing people names that don't got nothing to do with it. And you know what happens? You set a precedence. Follow me here. You set a precedence, because when you're plastering a black man's name all over the place, and you have these old white people who just seeing these faces, not hearing the stories, guess what they think of us? We're monsters. So now when it's time to go for a coaching job, guess who's getting the job? Guess who look more comfortable in the seat? Speaking of racism, Boston is one of the most racist places in the U.S. Not on the East Coast, but in the U.S. I was at the game where, what's my man name? What's my man name? Shoot, I'm drawing a blank. Goddamn, from the Baltimore Orioles. Oh my God, it'll come to me. I was at that game. Yo, you could feel the tension. Yes, and he said that someone. No, that happened in 2016. Someone was talking junk to him. He was in the outfit, not Coco Crisp.
Machado?
No, not Machado. This is before him. I'll get to it. But these are the issues that are not addressed, right? The things that they don't put on TV. And there's not a 10-second delay because of the Janet Jackson whole titty situation. No, there's a 10-second delay because of stuff that's being said in these audience and crowds that they act like is not being said, right? So I'm going to go back to that. So now the whole Brett Favre situation, why is it not being talked about? You know why? Because it's predominantly black people that need this money. That's why. You know what I'm saying? The reason why, people, didn't make it a big deal, because you know why? Because Brett Favre is a white man, and it's comfortable, and it's not comfortable for us to talk about him in that capacity. But what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong, unless you're white, especially a white male in America. Now, the way they treat white women too, please, they treat them foul. But if you're a white man, you can get what you want. That's why Ime is being treated like this. Because, again, how many times have there been allegations upon allegations against white males in the sports world, and it says, "Oh, no comment. We need more. We need more evidence, and we need more proof before we make a decision." Right? That's why Tyrod Taylor can go and get a punctured lung by a team doctor, and they trade him to every team without saying, "No, that's not right."
Hey, Quet, let me ask you this:
Go ahead, Rock.
Daniel Snyder he still own the Commanders?
Yes, he does.
All right, cool. I'm
Okay.
straight.
Hold on, wait.
Later.
Is Jerry Jones still the owner of the Dallas Cowboys?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when you're talking about conduct for who? Yo, I wish that this is what I wish. And again, if you don't like this, whatever, I wish that America would be real. Say, yo, listen, the conduct doesn't apply to you. It applies to you niggas. Just say that. We know what the deal is. We know what's going on. Don't put shit on pancakes and say that it's syrup, because it's not. We know what's going on, right? So when people get mad and people say, "Oh no, that's not right," no. You know why a lot of white males who was against Kaepernick some while ago, you know why they saying that? "Oh, that's not a big deal, Boston," because they do it. They don't want to be outed. How many times you go, "Oh, come on, that's not right." Okay, but then when you want to talk about equality, stop that. Cut it out. What are you talking about? America is not ready for a white man to get in trouble. Because if America lets that white man get in trouble, they got to address their issues. Bottom line. And the problem is, you're not addressing what needs to be addressed. Like Chris said, like Bruck said, what is really going on? Nobody knows. Now, if you want to say we're going to suspend him and we can't talk about it for conduct that is not like or whatever, do that. But don't you create a shitstorm and then say later on, "Oh, well, because as black men, we don't have the courtesy to be wrong. No, we don't have the courtesy to get it right later. Because we already prosecuted. You know what I'm saying? Like, white America, they can say, "Oh, my God, we just wanted to do something about this now, and we'll apologize later." We can't apologize as black people because we will get crucified. We have to apologize before, after, and during, even if we are not guilty of what they're saying that we are guilty for. And that's the problem. And that's why when you talk about sports, there's so much inequality because of the way we get treated. Because of stuff that could get said and done, and nobody wants to rectify it. It gets swept under the rug. It doesn't get talked about. But you know what's going to happen, Ruck and Chris? And then I'm going to let y'all go. Here's the issue. If a white player or a white coach, and again, it's not about race, but it is. If a white coach and if a white player get in trouble, they won't talk about it. But if a white player and a white coach is not convicted, they will go on ESPN, breaking news. We're sorry. We shouldn't have did that. Da, da, da. When a black person is accused of something, what happens is they talk about it. And they talk about it. And they talk about it. But when it's found not guilty, or like Deshaun Watson, when everything comes out to be what it is, you don't hear nothing. And that's the difference. Nothing gets done. I bet you, when this is all said and done, we find out whatever happens, it's going to get swept under the rug.
So another thing that bothers me about it, and just staying in the same mode that you in right now, Quet, right? Mm-hmm. So let me read something from
Please do.
Robert Starver, right? He says, and I quote,
and who is Robert Starver? Please, we need to put faces to him.
He is the current owner of the Phoenix Suns,
yes,
and the Phoenix Mercury, right? So he says, as a man of faith, I believe in atonement in the path to forgiveness, right? But he said, I expected the commissioner's 1-year suspension would provide me the time to focus on myself, make amends, and remove all personal controversy from the organization that I love, right? But he said, but in our current climate of unforgiveness, it has become painfully clear that is no longer possible. So a team that he bought for $4 million that is currently valued at $1.9 billion, he's still gonna make a profit in selling.
They should only let him sell his shares for $1 million. They should, matter of fact, they should say, no, you can't make a profit off of it. You should sell it for $1 and donate that to charity.
Here's the thing. Unlike
BD, what's going on, man?
Unlike what we have heard so far in Boston, there haven't been any quotes,
Nothing,
or outcomings from anybody that was a supposed victim in this case.
No.
And that's funny.
No.
You're talking about two organizations, two different staffs that he supposedly had run-ins with.
But you know, I want to piggyback on something that Quet was saying. Yeah, they're not gonna let him sell him for that because the other owners in the league won't let that happen because if some scandal gets unearthed with them, they want to be able to get full profit for what they bought. Because you know, capitalistic society and all.
Yep.
But I gotta agree. I really do gotta agree with Ruck and the mishandling of how they cover certain situations.
Oh yes.
And that's also agreeing with Quet because we haven't heard. I just want to be like crystal clear that the Brett Favre story and the Suns owner story
Let's talk about it.
are fully fleshed out stories. Fully fleshed out. This Ime story it's got big holes in it. Big ones. We don't know. I don't even know what side to fall on. I don't even know a year. I don't know if this year's suspension is enough or not enough at all. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. Because if I listen to the rumors or the speculation, maybe it's not enough. Maybe Ime needs to be gone. Maybe charges need to be brought up on Ime. I don't know.
Right.
Or maybe a year suspension is too much.
But you
maybe
know what, Chris?
maybe his year suspension, his penalty shouldn't be the equivalent of what they gave the Suns owner before there was a public outcry. Because that's what they gave the Suns. It was a year. So you're telling me that him sleeping with another woman consensually is as bad as the owner showing his private parts to employees, saying multiple slurs, making multiple advances to people that he worked with. Because let me tell you something, the math ain't mathing with both of them. Nope. The math ain't mathing. So I really need to know before I can make a wholehearted judgment on if I agree or disagree with where Ime is landing. I need to get the full story. Or, like I said previous to that, don't let the story out at all. There's an investigation going on with Ime for conduct unbecoming.
There we go.
Or conduct detrimental.
Yep.
Or breaking company policy that we cannot discuss at this moment. When we have all the information, we will have a press conference and give everybody the full details, but you do not have to speculate. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
And
I don't understand. And listen, I ain't $1 billion owner.
But that's all they had to do. But here's the other thing that is sad about this. While Ime is wrong for inappropriate relationships while being married, right?
No, he's not married.
That's Beyonce.
He's not married.
Beyonce.
He's not married.
Oh, okay. So they're not married, but so
workplace.
Socially, we know what it is. Like either way, for that and what he did and what they say he did.
That's his baby mama, though. He got kids with her. That's his baby mama.
Yeah, we can say in the court of public opinion, we know he's wrong for that. But here's the thing: you suspend this man for a year, take him away from the team. You're leaking all this possibly false information. Remember, we saw Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson hasn't gotten another job because he was holding Bible study and he wanted the owners to stay in the owner's place. So you think Ime ever going to get a job?
Yeah. So
and then what if all of this is wrong?
They're not going to apologize.
But my thing is, just like Sarver said, there's no atonement for that because he can't come back from it. He can't ever come back from it.
I just want to read this thing from Trey. I apologize, Rick. It says, honestly, this entire thing is laughable. Udoke, y'all know how I say it. Udoke should have better judgment, but this type of stuff happens all the time in sports, and for them to suspend him for an entire season is ridiculous. Technically, he didn't commit a crime, and it was consensual. There are adults who choose to have relationships, and now they are pretending like Udoke is a criminal. I have so many questions and not enough answers. I just wanted to point that out and read that because, again, that's everything we were saying. Trey, what's going on, man? Trey, from the Wise Guy podcast.
That gets into the point of, if that's the full story, I agree with him wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But again, we don't know the full story. Like, we keep coming back to, if that's the case, I feel the same way Trey feels. If that's the full story.
Right.
But the way that they keep piecing stuff out, like they keep baby feeding us information, I don't know. Like, the way, I don't know about y'all, and I think y'all on the same wavelength.
Of course
I fucks with Matt Barnes.
Heavy.
Yo, for Matt Barnes to backtrack the way he did, that gives me, in the words of Stephen A., pause to Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Matt Barnes, who is a man, I can't state this. I can't state this strong enough. Do you know how committed and mad you got to be to drive 2 hours to go beat somebody up and keep that same anger?
Yeah.
That man, Matt Barnes, he mean what he say and he say what he mean, okay? And for him to back off of it, why are you backing off of it, Matt? What you find out that made you go, I can't hitch my wagon to this? Then it makes me go, Kendrick, what you find out that makes you put your possible career on the line going, nah, man, I got the inside scoop, and I'm telling you this is what it is. Now, those are two contrasting things right there.
So, okay, so for the people.
And
right?
I can't make sense of which one. Okay?
So for the people, again, just to give context, now is Kendrick Perkins saying like what he heard is like it benefits Ime, or is he saying that it's bad?
What he said basically was
bad.
What Kendrick was saying was, listen, he said Ime is wrong for what he did, but there's other parties that are just as wrong, and maybe they don't need to be held as accountable as Ime is, but he shouldn't be taking all the smoke. Okay. Which I'm gonna translate that into, all right, you want to blame Ime and y'all want to be mad. I'm just speculating here, and that's all I can do.
Right.
But what I got from him is, I see that y'all women is mad that he cheated on his girl, and that's why y'all coming at him hard body. But y'all need to be mad at Shorty too, because she knew he was married, and she was married too.
And
the reason that the reason that they coming at him so hard is because he slept with the wrong lady.
Yes. There we go.
And higher up had to make an example of him.
There we go.
That's the vibe I got from Kendrick. And like I said, when challenged on it, because Malika was like, well, they had a special investigator that came and looked at the case, and this is what they found, so we shouldn't be speculating. He said, I ain't speculating. He was like, I'm telling you what I know. He said, I'm not speculating. He said, don't put speculating on me. That's a strong vibe right there. That's a strong vibe.
That's a strong thing that hits your wagon too.
That's a strong thing.
Hey.
So I gotta assume I ain't the biggest Kendrick Perkins fan in the world. I don't like the disrespect you get at Steph Curry. Okay? I don't like it. But at the same time, you gotta feel pretty confident that you got the right information to go on national TV
and say that.
Argue with a black woman on her show that, nah, man, this is what I know. I ain't speculating. Don't put me in the group with them. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you the truth. That's what that man said. That's what that man said.
So I just want to read some of these comments here. So my lady said Matt Barnes laid it all out. And she also said somebody specific is mad. And the BD, who is on Twitch, shout out to BD, he said, preach. He said, Brother Chris speaking thy Lord's truth. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I try to let him use me. Yo,
it's just, like I said, it's so crazy because people want to talk about it's sports, it's black and white. Like sports has got to the point where it's become corporate. And you know why? Because a lot of corporate people are involved in sports now. And they're making it really corporate. So when you're looking at this stuff, who you think they're hiring? Who you think they're going to? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the reason why these things are happening. This is the reason why people got to say and do what they got to do to get what they want. Because of this, again, I have never seen a situation where people were so unsure about a situation. Like, I never seen it. And again, what are you going to, again, I hope none of this is as bad as they're saying it is. Again, however you feel about cheating, whatever. But when this is all said and done, I want to know, like, what's going to happen, right, when they find out that this is not true. That's what I want to know. How are they going to fix it?
What you mean what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen. You seen this movie before.
Mm-hmm.
You know exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
That man ain't going to have no potential to get another job. He won't be on anybody's staff. We going to ostracize him, and then the Boston Celtics are going to move on. And then when they feel like it's popular and when they feel like the time is right, they're going to hire another minority coach to say, hey, y'all, listen, we like minorities here too. You know exactly what's going to happen. Let's not play like this is what it is because, again, look at the situation for what it is. Joe Mazzulla is in the perfect spot.
Mm-hmm.
Another light-skinned brother that they can say, you know what, we've moved on. This guy has high character.
Hey, he got a year to prove it.
Yep.
He got a year to prove it.
And then if he don't, they get to go back to what they think anyway. We think we need somebody else right to lead this organization into the next couple years, the future. And then they can hire somebody that is white. Like we know what it is, right?
Now I gotta be truthful. Here. Ime put himself in this situation.
Yeah,
I don't want to absolve.
This is all.
I don't want to absolve Ime of wrongdoing. Like,
of course,
as a black man in a sport where you don't get some of the jobs that you should get, you know you have to be extra cautious. As a matter of fact, as any black man in any field, when you get pushed up in a certain kind of way, you just don't get the same rules as everybody else. You don't.
No, you don't.
You could call it whatever you want. You could label it whatever you want. But once you win it, this man on the screen know, and that man on the screen know. I know. You gotta move different. It ain't fair. It ain't fair, but life ain't fair. Fair is where you judge pigs and where you get fried turkey legs. That's where fair is. In the real world, there ain't no fair.
Hey, Chris, like you tell me every day, you better learn how to be a weirdo.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Better learn how to be a weirdo.
I look at this man 4 times out the week, and I go, you are king weirdo. And you know what? And I love him for it. Because you ain't about to, I'll be a weirdo so you don't mess up this bag over here.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying?
Right.
And Ime messed up his bag. No matter what decision you want to go creep on your wife, you go do it in your off time. You don't do it in your place of employment. You just don't.
Nah. So Chris, Kim is on. You know.
Oh, hold on. All right. First of all, we got a legend in the building.
Oh God.
Shout out to Kim.
Oh God.
Did she give me an OH?
No.
Give me an OH because I can't see it. I'll give her the OH.
Okay. I'm
Kim,
just gonna wait.
OH. She will finish it off.
Uh-huh.
She will finish it off. And I just want to say, I need to know from Kim on a sidebar. Just forget this conversation. We got real important.
She said OH.
I-O.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Kim, I need to know from you because I'm feeling this way. How upset are you with Ryan Day? Because I'm not feeling him.
Okay.
I'm not feeling him.
Okay.
And I got to keep it real. I know Urban Meyer likes young women. I know he likes to put his pants down women's underwear in bars and all that stuff. But the further and further away we get from Urban Meyer, the more and more concerned that I get with my Ohio State Buckeyes. And I need to know. I need to know for somebody for boots on the ground. How they feel.
Can I?
Yo, wait, Quinn, I'm sorry, but that is such an appropriate like Rand, think about this, right? Everybody knows what Urban Meyer has done over the last 2 years, right?
Yep.
And then everybody is learning what he has done over the last 20 years. How is he the head candidate for the Nebraska coaching job?
You know
I'm
why?
just saying.
Because it's
Fail
college
up,
football.
right, Quay?
No. We are not gonna put Urban Myers in the fail up category. We're gonna put Urban Myers in the win by any means necessary category. Because see, where Urban Meyer goes, he wins. But you know the drama is coming.
Yeah.
You know listen. You hire certain coach. You hire Rick Pitino. Strippers is coming. They coming. Okay, but so is a natty. Okay, you take your natty and then you get rid of them after the stripper fiasco. That's what you do.
Let me read his comments. Go ahead.
Chris,
I gotta read his comments.
Chris, real quick though. Hey, after this, I'm gonna need you to get June on the phone so he can tell us what Iona looking like right now. Because we need to do a pop up.
Hey, Iona looking real white. Go ahead, Clay.
So Kim said, I think it's too much and not enough of the stories out to say what's wrong, right or wrong. That's true, Kim. Trey said, Udoke has had what the hell is his name? Udoke?
Yo,
what the hell his name is?
Sam.
What's his name?
I thought Sam Denard was the pinnacle.
Yo, how you say it? Yo, come on, yo. See?
Udoke.
Udoke. Okay.
Udoke.
Okay. See, that's what's wrong with y'all black asses. Instead of helping me, y'all want to put me down, okay? Y'all know I got this reading a problem.
Stop. Yo, bro, fuck that. There's only one person up here with a master's degree, and it ain't me, and it ain't Ruck.
Yes, it is. Ruck got a master's degree in business, okay? I got a master's degree in my business, not in spelling, all right? Damn. PD, man, thanks again. Anyway, Trey said he has to have better judgment and understanding as a black man. You have to be cautious and move a certain way. You don't get the same treatment as your white counterparts. That is so true. That is true. And also to add, Trey said, and he said, I wish people would stop saying he cheated on Nia Long. Stop it. We don't know the circumstance of the situation. It is none of our business. That's the part that's personal to me and something we shouldn't even be discussing. Chris, you know what the conversation we had off air, but I ain't gonna say it.
No, I'm gonna say it. Listen, let me tell you something. That nigga definitely cheated on Nia Long. Okay? I don't want to put that out there.
BD said
whether we need to know about it and how much that pertains to this story. I get you. I'm with you on that. Oh, that nigga was fucking, and it wasn't Nia Long. Okay, I just want to put that up.
BD said, he says really bad because it's Nia Long. And then he said, if this was Brenda from accounting, no one would care. But since it's the ultimate babe, ... You know.
Come on now. Listen, we even said it.
Want to talk about Tom Brady and Giselle, but y'all want to talk about this?
Oh okay. Yeah, that's personal. That's personal. Okay. We don't bring up that personal stuff. I do want to make you feel like
he ain't my goal.
When we were talking about definitely ain't mine. When we was talking about Deshaun Watson, and not that we were capping for Deshaun Watson, right, but we just felt a certain way about the story and all of this stuff, and it wasn't what everything reporting. But we did all settle on. Oh yeah, but that nigga definitely was cheating on the girl though.
Yeah.
Oh, he was definitely cheating. Yeah. Listen, come on now.
Hold on.
If it walk like a duck. If it clack like a duck.
It ain't a dog.
Come on now.
No, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing with that. And you guys answer this for me, because I don't know the law. Did Deshaun Watson get convicted of anything?
He did not.
How long has Deshaun Watson have to get suspended?
11 games.
How about last year?
He really missed last year because of it. They just didn't classify it as that.
Okay.
But
so
a year and 11 games.
Okay.
What's going on 2 years?
2 years. And there's no conviction. Right?
But
come on now.
He got, first of all, Deshaun Watson got convicted in a court of public opinion long before he even went to trial.
There we go.
That's first of all. Secondly, you got to remember that the shitstorm, he didn't get convicted. But, like we all said, that nigga was definitely asking bitches for hand jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where you fall on the line of how much you think that is or isn't harassment, that's on you.
Right.
Because I think, honestly, I think that's where the NFL and media people went wrong. Because they were labeling it as
rape.
That he sexually, like that he raped people.
Right.
And that's not true. That's just not true.
He's a weirdo.
He's a weirdo. Did he put females in uncomfortable situations? Oh, yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, he did. But did he ever forcibly make somebody do something that they didn't want to do?
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, that's a different.
No.
There's a scale here.
And
that's a different thing. Because listen, at the end of the day, even with the settlements, you can't say he forcibly did anything. If he wrote a check, he wrote a check before the settlement. I'll tell you that much. Right? So, and again, one of the words that's been thrown out in Udoka's situation is a lot of that in Watson's was consensual.
Yes. Somebody came back. Somebody came back. That's what I'm saying. It was an alleged victim came back.
The funny thing is about
it's a morality thing, though. It's a morality thing.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
But wait, what's the morality thing in Udoka's situation? Because the other thing that we have not heard is that the female counterpart that had this consensual relationship, we don't know if she's been suspended. Did she lose any pay?
Probably not.
But
okay, so we're not going to say that because it's the Me Too movement, right?
Well, here's the thing, and I don't want to cap, but most of the time in those type of situations, the reason why it's frowned upon at work is because if you do have a relationship consensual at work and you're in charge, the person under you could either benefit or be discriminated against because of it. That's why they don't want it.
So listen, no.
I think they're not going to do it because this would be, she could be like, see, you're discriminating against me, and there's a lawsuit. That could also be one of the reasons why Boston is being real messy with everything going on because they're trying to avoid a lawsuit.
Well, listen, the other thing is this. If it's a situation where it's quid pro quo, then it's never going to be tagged as consensual. But what it also allows them to do is protect the woman that it's linked to. Because why wouldn't they say it? And I know, Quet knows why, because she's connected to somebody that got a real big pocketbook.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm not. You mean to tell me, and just going off of what Quet said, you mean to tell me that in this whole situation, they know who it is, they know what the relationship was, they know what they was doing. They ain't gonna put that out there, because of course it's gonna embarrass the owner, which may not look like us, but had his wife that don't look like us that got down with somebody that looked like us. Come on now.
But I just want to go back to that Deshaun Watson thing and kind of like bring it home, right? Because so you suspend him last year. You suspend him now. Even though all this come out, he comes back. Now what? Now what? Oh, so just because you want to shut some people up, that's it. Again, just because you want to shut some people up, I still have not seen Jerry Jones give up anything. Nothing.
He won't. He won't.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Big Ben, let's not forget, even though he retired, let's not forget what he did. This wasn't a legend.
And he gonna get a gold jacket.
Yeah.
Yo, and listen, I mean this with all my heart. Fuck that nigga.
Wait.
He skated. Yo, Big Ben skated. Fam, if listen, not a sexual harassment, which you can tag Deshaun Watson for that if you want to. I ain't gonna fight you on that.
Yeah, no.
Not some of the other stuff that happened with Ime Udoke with consensual. I'm talking about this man raped the woman. They don't bring it up.
Nope. Hold on, wait.
That's why every time we talk about Big Ben on this show, till my last dying breath, rapist. Because people act like it don't exist. They did it with Kobe. They did it with Kobe.
Even after he died.
Even after he died, they did it with Kobe. Bet you they don't do it with Big Ben.
Wait, hold on, wait. I got another one for you. Remember when Brett Favre left and went to New York and he was sending dick pics?
I do.
Why they ain't talking about that? This man was out here.
Man.
He was married. He had a grandchild at the time. This dude out here showing his private parts and just say,
No, listen,
I'm sorry.
The craziest part about that, not only was he married, he had a grandchild, but his wife, remember, at the time was battling
Cancer.
breast cancer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
like Brett, you really been out in these streets wilding. But
And what did they do? What did they do?
They gave him a gold jacket.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do? They let him go to
Sweep it under the rug.
Minnesota. They let him go to Minnesota, and they just talked about how bad he got it and how he had to. Matter of fact, they created a whole thing for him. The whole Sate Gate. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bounty Gate. There we go. You think I feel bad for him getting fucked up? No, I don't. But this girl had to see a shrivel old thing, but nobody talk about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. My bad, record. I know I'm on speaker. I'm just saying. What I'm saying is, we're not excusing.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know you was on speaker.
Yeah, well, you know what?
I done said nigga and dick about 15 times. My bad.
As you say it
Actually,
again.
17 and a half, but it's all right.
As I say it again, yeah, I know.
But my thing is, again, and we will be talking about this again once we get all this, all the story and everything. But it's just ironic. It's just ironic, man. And we want to bring out again. ESPN has not, again, when they talked about Brett Favre, I thought it was an old case. I said, damn, why they bringing up this old Brett Favre stuff? I said, oh, this is going on now.
No, that was last week.
While Deion Sanders and Ray Shermer got to come in and bring water, okay? This dude taking from the tap. Goddamn Brett Favre. God damn. But again, but this is why, and then I'm done. But this is why I had to come on air, because we have to talk about this stuff. Because a lot of people don't want to talk about it in the way we're talking about it, and we're dissecting it. Because again, it is not a fair game, and we're gonna let you know. We're gonna let you know it's not fair. And people say, well, if you don't like it, then why are you watching sports? Because you know why? I love sports. I love sports. How you gonna tell me what to do? Hell no. How about them people that doing the dumb shit? How about they get kicked out? Why do I gotta start watching? Because they won't be stupid. No, I'm not. Hell no. Hell no. That's all I gotta say, fellas. I mean, whew. Kato mighty knows. Well,
hey, listen. More important, did Kim get back to me about Ryan Day? Because this is real sports that we can talk about.
She said I would take him. She said she would take Urban Meyers back. Truthfully.
Yo, listen. I just want to say, first of all, I don't know if she's still on, but just shout out to Kim. I be telling people I'm plugged into Ohio. I'm really from there, though.
Yeah, because you got.
I'm really from there, though.
Really from there.
And the sports group that I'm in is mostly Cleveland people.
And I'll say this to y'all and other people. When I told y'all, and this motherfucker Ruck sent me some bull on Instagram too.
Some bull jive.
He did a whole highlight package, right? And
that was great. That was great.
I wanted to call him everything but a child of God. You hear me? And I said, yo.
Hey, you can't erase history.
No, you can't. Listen.
Y'all are right. You can't. But when y'all was saying all of that, and he was doing all of that, I'm like, yo, man, if you a Buckeye fan, you don't really like JT, fam.
That's crazy.
You don't.
Hold on. People get me about Jimmy G, but then JT Barrett, who got all the records at the Ohio State University.
Hold on. Here's the difference between Jimmy and JT. JT ain't get us to a natty. Did Jimmy get you to a Super Bowl?
He got hurt.
Jimmy got you to a Super Bowl.
No, he got hurt.
JT ain't sniffing natty. You know when we got a natty? When he broke his leg in 12 gauge.
Damn.
Cardell Jones.
But wasn't he? Hold on.
Came in and won it.
Hold on, but wasn't he starting up until he got hurt?
He got hurt versus Michigan. At the end of the game.
Again, so basically he got y'all there because if it wasn't for his playing and being undefeated.
No, he didn't. Because we weren't even going to get in when we played in the Big Ten championship game. The only reason we got in is because 12 gauge played and we beat Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game 59 donuts. We wouldn't have did that with JT.
Hold on.
We wouldn't have did it with JT.
Hold on, wait. Chris and Ruck, correct me if I'm wrong. But JT got y'all to the Michigan game undefeated, correct?
No. We had already lost once that year.
Once. Okay,
we had lost to
Kim laughing.
Man, I think we had lost to like Penn State or like Northwest. We had lost to some obscure teams.
Okay, but
I can't remember who.
Hold on, okay, 2 questions, and then I'm done. But didn't he get y'all a winning record to even get to that point, correct?
I mean, listen, it's Ohio State. We always got to win.
Yes or no?
That's
Yes or no?
To brag about.
Yes or
That's
no?
nothing to brag about.
Yes or no?
You could bump 9
Yes or
wins
no?
at Ohio State every year, fam.
Answer my
I don't
question.
know how they do it anywhere else.
Answer
I don't
my
know how they
question.
do it nowhere else.
Answer
I know
my
what
question.
they do in Ohio.
He not answering my question, Ruck. Answer my other question. Does JT
What's the other
Barrett own all the quarterback records at The Ohio State University?
That's because he played for.
God damn
he
it.
played for 32 years.
Ah!
His records are longevity records. You know all the good quarterbacks, he leaves after 2 years. You know where C.J. Stroud going to be next year in the NFL? He ain't going to be a redshirt 6-year
He
senior
got hurt.
at Ohio State.
Damn.
You know where Justin Fields went after 2 years? To the pros. You know where God rest his soul, Dwayne went after he went to the NFL. Because you know where all the good quarterbacks go? To the pros. You know who got all the records at all the big schools? The ones that couldn't go to the pros.
Damn, you cold-blooded, man.
Cold-blooded.
Now listen, if I see JT, come on, nigga, let's get a picture, man. That's my man right there. JT. But you missed me.
Yo, I hope we
But
all
you missed
together
me on
when we
which
see
way.
JT. I hope we all together. Because you know I'm going to put me
I
and
just
Ruck
want-
on
I
for
want
a
us to
fight.
be walking around the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, that's JC Barrett.
Yo, let me tell you something.
just
I
like
won't put this-
Marbury in the airport.
Yo, hold on, let me tell you something. Don't get it twisted. JT a big nigga. Yo, JT on like 6'4", 240.
Wait till I see JT. Oh, Kim says Ohio State speaks for itself. OH. Oh, come on, stop it. Get out of here.
See, I'm really from there.
Oh,
I'm really Columbus is the second home. I'm retiring in Columbus. I just
Kim,
want to let you know that.
Kim, are you still on the East Coast or did you go back to the Midwest? Because on Facebook she was in New York. She says it's crazy out here. Yeah, New York. If you ain't from here, yeah, man, it's like no other.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like no
It's
other.
crazy.
It's like
But
no
she
other.
knows. You know that's why Kim can co-sign on the things that I'm saying. I'm plugged in. Y'all don't watch, 32 episodes of Buckeye exclusive football podcast on YouTube like
Nope.
me. I'm plugged into what they be doing out there.
Don't care. But don't.
I know you ain't had a winning program in 20 years. I know you don't care.
You know what? We about to end this shit. Okay? Don't you disrespect my Florida Gators. You know what I'm saying?
They disrespect themselves every year
crazy.
against Kentucky. Look,
You crazy.
I'm not trying to throw stones.
First of all, you know damn well. Oh, at least we ain't losing no damn Northwestern
Hey, Chris.
or no Purdue. But go ahead.
Hey, Chris. Florida State undefeated.
That's true.
You know what? I'm going to tell you just like I told Quest. And F all them Florida teams because y'all all cost me money. Sure. Florida State let Louisville, who couldn't put up 20 points against Purdue.
It's a rivalry game.
Purdue! They let them drop 31 on them. Now, Florida State got the dub. Good for y'all. But y'all let them drop 31. I was mad. And don't get me started. That man, Quet, looked me in my eye last week. Looked me in my eye last week. When he came by the crib, I said, yo, man, I'm about to put some money on Florida. Y'all got, that ain't Kentucky. Oh, this is a dub right here. Man, they won by 3.
I said it's a dub. I ain't said how much. God damn it.
No. You ain't going to act like you ain't know what I was talking about. I don't talk about wins. I talk about money.
Well, I don't know the spread. Shit. Kim said 74 points, mic drop.
Yo, throw it in the air. I wish I was on camera when I'm at work. Oh, wait.
74 points on who?
We play Wisconsin tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
You want to see?
Okay. Well, yeah. 74 points?
Ain't nobody worried about Wisconsin.
Should I put money on them, Chris? Should I book it? Like you tell me? I might just bet just to see.
Ohio State?
Yeah.
Ohio State? Book it.
What's the spread, though?
Book it.
I want the spread.
19 is, right now, it's 18 and a half. Book
You know
it.
what? I'm going to go on FanDuel. And,
Book
bet.
it.
All right. She said I.O.
Book it.
All right.
You gonna see something special tomorrow. I guarantee. I promise you that. I promise you that. You gonna see something special tomorrow.
You know what? On that note, we got to make sure our Deacon Ruck, man, you know, gets a sermon in. And I was the assistant deacon today, but you know, our evangelical. Evangelist. Evangelist. I was trying to be fancy. Look at Ruck.
Yeah. Evangelical. That's like a denomination.
There
you can't say evangelical is like Baptist, Pentecostal.
There we go. See. That's how much he tells you. I don't know about it. But anyway, we got to get our deacon who's going to be pushed up to bishop soon. What's up?
I'm really from there too, though. You see what I'm saying? I'm really from there too.
You is. So we got to make sure that our deacon, who will soon or one day be, pushed up to a bishop, gets his word on. So, Ruck, man, what you got for us, man? What is going on?
Nah, I don't like that analogy either, but I'll let it go.
What I say?
I just don't like that analogy, man. Deacon to bishop?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a big jump.
He getting pushed up from deacon to bishop.
It ain't what you know, it's who you know.
He went to theology school? You know what? Never mind. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So listen, people,
you got pushed up from deacon to head deacon.
We're going to make this real easy tonight, people. Because I think, again, and Chris can attest to this, in my era of weirdo, I've learned some different things about the process. And one of the things that I want to say for this week's Say Word is, without any challenge, there is no change. So regardless of what it is that you're going through, regardless of what it is or where it is that you're trying to be, without no challenge, there's no change. So, I mean, these are the times, and again, a perfect situation that we're talking about right now, that you have to look yourself in the mirror and challenge yourself and be willing to challenge yourself. Because remember, in order to reach places that you want to go, you have to be willing to do things that you have never done. So without no challenge, there is no change. And as always, people, be easy.
Well, on that note, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Again, I want to thank 94.3 WYBC. Chris?
The rhythm of the city.
You can catch me tomorrow. I'll be up from 7 to 12 a.m. That's www.943wybc.com. Your boy
call it Late Night Love. You know what it is.
No, it's not Late Night Love. Late Night Love is 12 o'clock and on. But again, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, The Record Report. Cheers.
What's up, family? I'm Juan Castillo, and when I'm on social media, my favorite show to watch is the Don't Shoot the Messenger weekly podcast. Chris G, Professional Sutton, Record Report delivers sports the way it's supposed to be, real and authentic. So get ready to be entertained. My boys are ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
The cameras are on, and zeros are on the clock. Get ready for the realest, most authentic, most entertaining sports podcast there is. You may think you know sports, but they know sports and speak the truth. Here to bring you that truth is your Big Three. Give it up for Professional Son, Chris G, and the Rucker Report, Jersey. There's nothing to debate when the message is this clear. Welcome to the Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Ready?
So next week. So what time
Next
of day are you bringing them back?
On Sunday?
Yeah.
Probably later at night.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Let them get the full day, watch football, bring them back later at night.
Okay.
But